52-year-old Donald Corsi and 61-year-old Howard Hughes face criminal charges after deputies say they attacked two teenage boys who were driving through their Lake Forest neighborhood in Sanford Tuesday night.
Right here, buddy. Right here. Tell me what you were doing.
This cell phone video of the confrontation was recorded by 16-year-old Jermaine Jones, who had been driving the white Mercedes. He had a 15-year-old passenger, and according to the teens, they were headed to a friend's house to spend the night when the two men yelled at them for speeding. After the teens turned the car around to leave the area, they say the men forced them to stop and attacked.
Burning out racing through my neighborhood. Burning out racing through my neighborhood. Not to.
Get out my face.
I'm not in your face. Get out of my neighborhood.
The teens say the men dented their car with a traffic cone and threw a rock through the back window. The arrest affidavit also...
Get out of my neighborhood.
The teens say the men dented their car with a traffic cone and threw a rock through the back window. The arrest affidavit also says Hughes used the cone to hit one of the teens in the stomach. Jones's parents told West 2 News over the phone, while their son admits he was speeding, the men had no right to attack.
They could have
Jones's parents told West 2 News over the phone, while their son admits he was speeding, the men had no right to attack.
They could have simply called the police. They could have done anything, but the audacity of them to think that they could just do what they wanted to do because it's their neighborhood, is what they said. Get out of my neighborhood.
Jones's parents have obtained an attorney and want the men to face more serious charges.
All praises and glory goes to our mighty power Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, in sincerity and truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible. Right? Strictly for the elect of the children of Israel. Right? And you're seeing what's happening to these 2/3, right? They're being targeted. Right? They're being targeted in this society, right? Especially these people with these tentacles in their heads. Matter of fact, what we got here says Governor Umar Bago issues an order to arrest anyone seen with tentacles, with the dreadlocks. Right? These niggas out here predatored out with weave in their fucking hair. And you niggas ain't got no right? It says Governor Umar Bago issues arrest on anyone with dreadlocks. And if I'm not mistaken, this is Nigeria. Right? They getting tired of that spirit. Half man, half woman looking at spirit. And them niggas got a half woman spirit on them too. Emotional. Right? And the Lord on their ass like white on rice. Right, let's read this. It says he's a 16-year-old child. Right, 2 white men attacked black teen for driving through their neighborhood, and we seen the video. And the teen, he said he was speeding, right, right through these white people's communities, these good old white crackers who done robbed and stole everything. They minding they goddamn Ku Klux Klan business, and here you come as a ninja coming through their neighborhood, disrupting their beautiful Caucasian community. So what they do, they snatch his ass up. Right, they beat him up. This is the book of Ezekiel 35, verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Right, when you look at the grills on Edom, look at the grills on Satan, boy, ain't nothing but hate. Right, that's the spirit of hate on these devils, boy. They can't stand a ninja. They can't stand a Hispanic or a Native American. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. How did they get this land? From the Gadites, from the northern kingdom. They took it by blood. They said, man, these people are docile. These people are nice. They called these people, they said these people are just too nice. They are not about war. But the funny thing is, when you read the history, they was killing each other. Right? They came here, they slaughtered the shit out of Native Americans. They slaughtered the shit out of the northern tribes, right? And then pushed them into other areas, right? Because the whole Americas was what, half Gadite, half, another part was Issachar, another part was Reuben, right? Esau took this shit through violence, bloodshed, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. Well, matter of fact, what we got to do right here is go back. Who was the Lord talking to? Ezekiel 35:2. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Right? There's nothing good coming to Mount Seir. Right? The Bible talks about a future destruction for Mount Seir, man, right? Where they're going to be erased. And it says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Right? That's why you got the spirit on these devils. They trying to rebuild so hard. They trying to make things great again so hard, because they about to become most desolate. Out of all the nations on the earth, who's going to suffer the most? Edom. Because after that 1,000 years, they will be erased off the face of the earth through fire. They're going to be burnt up. It says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Right? It says, I will lay thy cities waste. Right? Esau says, we are impoverished. Right? He says, every land they going to build up, but the Lord said he going to throw it down. Right? It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Because thou hast had what? A perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Right? It says, by the force in Salaki, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Right here you are in Babylon the Great, these United States of America, where all men are considered equal, free. But what Esau still has that hatred. He still have that hatred for you. He can't stand you. He don't want you around. He don't want you in the cities. But when it's time for you, he wants you to play them sports though. He wants you to be on play. Keep that music going, nigga. Keep playing them sports, nigga. Keep running, keep jumping, nigga. But stay out of our politics, nigga. Stay out of our communities, nigga. Stay away from our white women, nigga. What's wrong with you niggas? Right? Esau getting tired of you niggas. Right? It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, saith the Lord. Sith thou hast not hated blood. Right? Esau loves blood. Blood sacrifices. Bloody movies. Right? They drink blood. They bathe in blood. Right? They take blood shots. Right? It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, and even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir what? Most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in thy rivers. Right? And they, Salaki, and in all thy rivers shall they that are slain with the sword. Right? What's the future of Esau Edom? Desolation. Desolation. Right? That's why you're seeing what you're seeing right now in Esau's society. Right, where he's unweaving the whole fabric of the system that was set up to make him great. He's attacking the schools, the educational system. He's attacking the hospitals, the medical system. He's attacking all aspects of this man. It's like really this man has been planted to destroy Babylon the Great, and he's doing a great, mighty, great job. Right, the division, the separation, right, the devastation that's coming. Right, there's going to be a lot of people to lose homes, right, to lose their homes that they done been living in for a long time and spent all this money paying mortgages, thinking they're going to be able to sell it. No, everything has lost value in this man's society. Right, and what's next? Empty shelves, right? No foods in the grocery stores. Right? This is where Jake's spirit get tested. Right? All right, what you gonna do when ain't no food? What you gonna do when ain't no security? Right? What you gonna do when them trucks stop bringing these goods into your cities? Right? You got family members on hospital medicine. What you gonna do when the medicines and them drugs get stopped getting sent over here from these other countries? Right? That's when, if you're a sick person, you gotta pray. That's if you've been praying, right? Because the Lord is calling his people. Matter of fact, let me get this verse. I'm reading the book of Revelation 3:20. It reads, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him, and I will sup with him, and he with me." Right? The Lord is knocking very loud, right? Because what's the main things happening right now? The prophecies. The more the prophets prophesy, the more these things are coming to pass. Right? You see what happened this year. You done had the Pope die. You done had all type of leaders, political leaders die. You done had all type of things happen. Planes falling out the skies. Right? This house is so divided, man. Pretty soon that civil conflict about to turn up. These Edomites, you see, they don't give a damn about a Jake. They laying Jakes the fuck down. You seen them two twin boys they killed a few months ago. Right? Because Esau feels like it's you ninjas' fault. You got a bunch of Jakes going missing. Blacks, Hispanics. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door." Who the door? Who the Lord knocking? What door? The house of Israel. At the gates of Israel. Right? Our people have been scattered amongst, because this frequency that the Lord is speaking, and only what his people, what the Lord say. Let me get this other verse. This is the book of John. Let's read 10 verse 25. It reads, "Yahushua answered them, I told you, and you believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep. As I said unto you, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." Right? Well, I'm going to read that again. It says, Yahushua answered them, "I told you, and you believe not," because it's going to be a bunch of unbelievers, right? Right? These people, they don't believe, right? Because they don't want these things to come to pass. They want to hold on to the things that they have. They got that spirit of Lot's wife. Right? Lot's wife, when she was looking back in the past. She looked back. These people, they trying to look back. They trying to look back to the 80s, the 70s, the 90s. Them days is motherfucking gone. You in the 2025s. You in the times of what? War, civil unrest, uproars of the people, vanishing of businesses, collapse of currencies, right? Manipulations of minds, devil worshiping, idol worshiping. That's the times we in. These things are what about to be done away with through the spirit and power of Yahushua. Read again. Yahushua answered them, "I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep." As I said unto you, right? It's a lot of these people, they're not of the Lord's sheep. That's why they can't hear this message, right? That's why they want to scoff. That's why they say, "I'm no longer a Hebrew Israelite. I used to be a Hebrew Israelite." You're a stupid motherfucker. You can't stop being a Hebrew Israelite. That is your nationality through the scriptures, right? It says, "My sheep, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you." Verse 27, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." So this message is really only for the election, and that's the sheep of the Lord. Shalom.